but knowing that the other side, the light at the end of the tunnel is even brighter than where we are, it helps us to overcome the rocky road to the challenge because we know the other side is going to be more beautiful or where we want to be.
You're listening to Working Forward, a future of work focused podcast from People Forward Network. These episodes pave the road ahead, helping us confidently step into the future as a leader who moves people forward. Let's go. Hey, it's Nikki, Lewallen, Gregory, and this is the Dream Chase and Lead Others to Dream series. This episode is intended to inspire and challenge you and me. Let's design our ideal life, define our dreams, believe in ourselves, and go take action. Now, let's get to it.
Hey, it's Nikki back on the Working Forward podcast. And, this series is around dreaming and being a leader that dreams, but then teaching others how to dream and activate their dreams. When we bring that to play in the workplace, there's no greater thing that we can do in helping our people to know that we care and helping them to reach the goals that they want to reach than understanding their dreams and helping to connect the work that they do and the leadership role that we have with them to the dreams that they have. To me, that's called legacy leadership. I wanted to share a story about just a personal situation that I've been going through lately, and it highly illustrates the power of dreaming and a vivid vision to overcome the challenges that sometimes come with life when you get unclear and the road is rocky. So there's a for sale sign in my front yard. My husband and I have a home that we regularly share as our respite, our favorite place to be. It brings a lot of peace to us. We've spent so much time creating a home that we can share with others and that feels just homey to us. And we have a for sale sign in our front yard right now, and it has been an emotional roller coaster. Last week, I went to my husband and I said, "Are we crazy? Are we really doing the right thing in this for sale sign and going through this process to sell our house? We love it here." And I'm just questioning, why we're doing it. And my husband came back and said, "Well, we've spent weeks reflecting on where we want to go with our lives." And I'll give you a little bit of backstory on that. So I'm in my office right now and I look up and I see a vision board. My vision board is something that I talk about regularly. It helps to see the future and keep my eye on the things that where I want to go with my life. And I think regularly when we see those things, it creates an opportunity within us to stay focused on creating the things that we see. I also have a big, large whiteboard up in my office where I jot down things that are going to be coming true in my life. I call it my manifestation list. Both the vision board with the picture and the statements that I have illustrate why we are selling our home or pursuing selling our home. And for the longest time, I wanted to have a retreat place to be able to go and center, to get grounded. And I've also always said that I wanted to have a place where I can gift to other people and bring my team and my special friends out for retreats that just fill our souls. So for over a decade, I have been saying this. My husband, when I met him, lived on water. I grew up with a family that boating was our way of connecting as a family. And it was nearly every weekend when it was nice out, we were on the lake. It was the vacations that we took. And so between my husband living on water, but far away from where I lived, so we didn't choose to live at that location on the water, but he said, "I have to get back to that." And so we started to visualize this retreat place that I wanted to have with a lake so that we could be on the water more. And we just so happened to find this spot that we have invested in a property that we're trying to figure out what we're going to do with, but we spent a lot of time there recently. We have a RV that is out there right now. And, a lot of times we'll joke that we feel like we're living as Amish people out there because we have no electricity and no water. And so we've got to experience a different lifestyle. But even with no electricity and no water, we figured out how to bring that out there. So we've got a generator. We bring water sources out to be able to fill it. And it's a lot of work to do that. Our location is about an hour and 15, 20 minutes on a good day, maybe an hour and 35 on a bad day. And our city of Indianapolis getting to this place, there's many more bad days in driving there than the good ones. So just one way is an hour and 35 minutes. We both live very busy lives. And we also know that the four boys in our life, we have four boys that are mostly in their teenage years. As most of you would know, in order to attract teenagers to want to do things with us, the outdoors and doing things like boating or hiking or fishing is definitely a win to be able to see them more, we think. And so at this phase in our life, we're like, okay, if we are going out to this remote place, more than maybe warrants the need to go out there and running back and forth and using our hotspots on our phone to be able to be Wi-Fi savvy, paying some extra internet services to augment that Wi-Fi. We're really loving it out there. And we're seeing that in order to do both is just really challenging. So we've done a lot of pros and cons in this planning. And the other day when I came to my husband and I said, are we crazy? And he said, well, why don't we look at some pictures of things that might help us see the grander picture? So we started to envision this first building. It's like a supplemental building that we're going to build to be able to store things that we need out there, but also live in. And then we got this clarity of, oh, this first place that we're going to have that we can stand up a lot faster, which we have engaged some Amish that are going to be building this, which is so cool, considering the fact that we felt that we were like living like the Amish out there on this property. And they're so awesome in being able to build this very quickly compared to some other outlets or resources. We're starting to see with here's what we want to build, and then talking with our Amish friends about that, just the vision for what that could be and just the reality of that. And then also the fact that we can match the look for our supplemental building to the home that we want to build. And it's like super exciting. We have plans for this house that we just didn't exactly know how it was going to come together to be able to see the house. But now that we've got the vision for it, and we know like phase one, we know that we could take up to 2 years before we start the house because the phase one living conditions, which would include this kind of storage side garage with also a living entity, which would be a future guest house and collaboration space for this retreat center. It's provided this just immediate overcoming of, are we crazy? And we can see it. And so as I was going through this exercise myself and getting lost in the emotions and the challenge, it started to bring me to, gosh, the power of vision. And when we can help our people to see past the rocky road, like packing up this house, the emotional challenges that it's going to bring, the amount of work in order to get there, but knowing that the other side, the light at the end of the tunnel is even brighter than where we are, it helps us to overcome the rocky road to the challenge because we know the other side is going to be more beautiful or where we want to be. Not that where we're at right now isn't awesome. It is. But, life is ticking by super fast. And really the dreams that we have, the things on our dream board and this manifestation list that I have, those things are in this future place. And just taking the time to get clear on the vision that we have for our future and what does that look like. And then, the words on paper that state, here's where I want to be and what that looks like, getting those next steps in place and then actually being able to see it in reality of not just what that picture on the vision board is or the statements on the board, but when we really start to make it come true for ourselves and we can see our version of that. I went to bed much more comfortable, less anxiety, clear, and woke up more energized and excited. And so just wanted to share my own personal journey with the importance of a vivid vision and clarity and how it just helped in this, challenging emotional state of selling a home and moving on to something else that is going to be a rocky road that we're choosing. But why are we choosing to endure the hard? Because on the other side is the dream that we want for ourselves and knowing that life goes by so fast and inspired action is the greatest action. And so my husband and I are super inspired right now because we see the clarity. So I challenge you as a leader to think about the dreams that you want to pursue for yourself and do a reflection on how well are you doing in pursuing those dreams, first of all. And if you need to take some steps, do it. This is just a reminder. Like, what's a step you can take towards the dreams that you have? Do you have a dream board? Do you have vision statements laid out for yourself on where you're going? And as you continue to navigate that, share the stories of you climbing the mountain towards the dreams that you have. And at the same time, sharing those steps in what you're doing with the people that you lead, even doing it together. Doesn't have to be that you've already done it in order to get there, but the legacy leaders of this world help people do things that they never thought possible, or they didn't have the right-hand support to be able to go get those dreams, and you can be that for them. And there's no greater version of leadership in my book. So go on and go lead yourself to achieve those big dreams, but then lead others to do the same. And just such a rewarding experience for both you and the people that you're around. We'll see you next time on Working Forward.
Thanks for tuning into Working Forward. If you like what you hear, please share it with others and make sure you're following the show to not miss an episode. We are available anywhere you get your audio. See you next time.